Non-duality is a superpower when used correctly. Why is it a superpower? Because the world cannot touch it. When you first get a taste of this non-dual state, which is beyond words, beyond description, beyond any concepts, but when you experience it, you know firsthand that it exists. And it took me a long time to integrate that into my daily life, which is how you actually make it applicable, how it becomes valuable, is when you actually take this very deep and esoteric concept of non-duality and bring it into your daily life. So you actually embody it and offer it to the world. It doesn't matter what's going on in the world, you can always bring this quality out of you because it's inside of you at all times. It is your essence. You can think of this being human like a cross. On this horizontal aspect, we have our ego and then our objective reality, meaning our mind and anything we can measure. I weigh this many pounds, I'm this tall. Anything that we can objectively measure and write down and record, that is the horizontal or the material aspect. And then the other part of the cross is the spiritual aspect, which is our subjective experience, and then our super consciousness, our non-dual consciousness, our subconscious. That's where all of our guides, our power animals, our extraterrestrial contact, all that comes through on our vertical axis, our spiritual axis. And this being human is a combination of both. We have the animal side, we have to eat, we have to feed ourselves, we have to do all these things, we have to move around, go to the bathroom. But then we also have the spiritual aspect. And this is what awakening is. If you know the reality of this, you are awake. And our culture and our society is in such a dense state, but we're changing, we're coming online. I can feel myself getting more sensitive, and all the people I talk to, everyone's getting more sensitive to this light body, to our spiritual aspect. And this is the superpower that we all possess. So let's say you're dealing with shame, which seems to be a theme talking with people. They feel ashamed of who they are and they judge themselves a lot. If you take this aspect of non-duality and you drop all that for a moment and you come back into your body with this non-dual awareness and then become the creator rather than the victim of your story, you can change your whole reality. You can change everything about your life. So real quick, let's go through a little non-dual practice. We'll drop in really quickly. You can get a small taste, and it just gets deeper and deeper. There is no fully awake. There's always another layer. But for now, let's just do a quick check-in. So imagine, close your eyes, and imagine you're walking into a room. You stop outside the door and you take your shoes off. This meditation visualization, we're going to take our shoes off in the sense we're going to drop our ego mind for a little bit. We're going to drop our objective reality. So we take our shoes off, we enter into the room, take a seat on the floor, And now imagine everything in the room begins to disappear. The couch, the TV disappears. The walls disappear. And imagine there's a hole in the bottom of your foot, and let all of your personality drop out of your body like water leaking out of the bottom of your foot. For a little bit, we're going to come back into our body, into our personality, but for a little bit, get a taste of this non-dual state. Let go of your age, let go of your gender, let go of anything that defines you, let go of any identity. Just let anything that you can let go, let it leak out of the bottom of your foot and off into nothingness. Just get empty, 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 empty. You'll notice from this space of emptiness, our awareness changes. The sounds in the room, the sounds of my voice become more evident, become more apparent. The background narrative in our mind gets lighter. It's not as intrusive as it was earlier. It feels more free in this space. So now come back into your body, open your eyes. We can go a lot deeper into that meditation, into that visualization. It becomes more and more evident. There's more cues you can do to drop into this awareness, but that awareness is your spiritual core. That is who you are at the center of your being. It is what will never die, what will always remain, what is one with the universe. That is why it is non-dual. It is not two, it is not three, it is not anything. It is just the one. And even calling it the one creates a separation, but that's getting technical. So now you got a little taste of this non-dual state, this freedom that you are the awareness itself. Now we'll come back into our problem. Awareness of non-duality doesn't negate your problems. You still have to solve your problems or fix them or attempt to improve your situation, whatever it is. And there are some aspects of this reality that are just a mystery, and it will always be a mystery, and that's part of the fun. But there are other aspects that you can improve. There's a story that's popping into my head. The student came to the master and he asked him a question. He said, "Master, I'm living in this apartment, and below where I'm living there's this bar, and every night it's so noisy, I can't sleep. It's just too loud. I can't get any rest. There's always people making noise all night. How do I transcend this problem?" And the master looked at me and said, "Move. Just go somewhere else. You don't need to go deep into your meditation to wish away all these loud noises and distractions. And sometimes it's as simple as just move. Just go somewhere that's quiet so you can sleep." And so with this same attitude of our problems, like if it's our shame, for example, we're ashamed of some behavior we've done, which, I mean, I've been there for sure. I don't know anybody that hasn't. So thinking back of one of my times when I was ashamed, if I look at it with this non-dual awareness aspect, and just look at my behavior, this shameful behavior that I regret doing. The reason I was behaving that way is because I was in pain. The reason I got drunk and did something I regret was because I was in pain. I was trying to get out of my pain. And it all comes back to self-compassion. I have to have compassion for myself and let go of this story of you should be ashamed. Like, that emotion is there for a reason. Yeah, you should be ashamed maybe of what you did, but it doesn't mean you can't fix it. It doesn't mean you can't let that go. And it might come back again and again, and it might take a while. But entering into this shame, which leads you to compassion, self-compassion, which leads you to compassion for everyone on the planet, because they're all going through this human experience. Nobody's perfect. Perfectly imperfect. You can begin to create a little space between that attachment to that identity of being ashamed to I am the awareness of this shame. And then what can I do? Can I apologize to the person? Can I change the way I act so next time I don't behave that way? There's 1,001 things that you can do to change the objective reality. So you're taking this spiritual superpower and implementing it and integrating it into this material objective reality. And then slowly over time, you begin to see how much more free you feel, how much lighter you feel, how much more love you can hold for yourself and others. And then this snowballs. This is what growth is all about. So tap into your superpower. If you want to dive deeper, I offer one-on-one coaching. Would love to hear from you. Please like and subscribe. Appreciate everyone here that is showing up to work on themselves for the good of all. I love you. Ciao.